Let's say, hypothetically, that starting tomorrow, time moves 1% faster for you with each passing day. Not fast enough to notice at first, just enough to ruin your life eventually. Day 1. Nothing happens. You feel fine. You're probably reading this and thinking, that doesn't sound so bad. You are wrong. By day 10, your reflexes have quietly sharpened. Conversations feel slightly sluggish. You start catching things you drop before they hit the floor. You've never felt more competent. Enjoy it. This is the peak. By day 30, a regular 24-hour day stretches to feel like 32 hours for you. Your brain is now processing time fast enough that it can resolve rapid flickers of light that normal human eyes smear together into a blur. Your vision is literally evolving. Day 55, you see like a chicken. Yes, chickens have excellent flicker vision. And no, this is not a compliment. Day 86, you see like a peregrine falcon, tracking objects at top speed. Day 90, you watch a dropped glass fall so slowly you could write a text, reconsider sending it, delete it, and then casually catch the glass. Then, your ears ruin everything. Sound is just vibrating air. Since the outside world is moving slower relative to you, all incoming sound shifts to lower frequencies. By day 90, human speech sounds like a deep, slow growl. Shortly after, it drops below your hearing range entirely. You don't hear it anymore. You feel it, a constant, heavy vibration hammering your eardrums. The result? Relentless headaches, severe dizziness, and waves of panic that have no obvious cause. By day 365, you're living approximately 38 times faster than the rest of humanity. One normal day outside represents over 5 weeks of your subjective experience. And now, your vision breaks in the other direction. You process light so fast that visible wavelengths stretch into infrared heat radiation. The world goes completely dark. To navigate, you'd need to look for high-energy cosmic rays, which conveniently stretch down into frequencies you can actually see. Meanwhile, your flashlight is doing the opposite. Light you emit gets compressed as it exits your fast time bubble. To a bystander outside, your innocent little flashlight has become a beam of UV and gamma radiation. You are now, legally speaking, a weapon. And please, do not plug in your hairdryer, because your time is accelerating. The electrical grid experiences your 500-watt appliance as pulling power quadratically faster. From the power company's perspective, you've just connected a 714-kilowatt industrial load to a residential circuit. By day 730, you're moving over 1,400 times faster than the universe. Here's the problem. Your body still generates about 100 watts of heat. At this speed, you're dumping an enormous amount of thermal energy into an outside world where barely a second has passed. If your time bubble traps any of that heat, you bake yourself alive in your own metabolism. You also run out of air. You breathe through all the oxygen inside your time bubble, and the surrounding air molecules are nearly frozen from your perspective. No fresh supply is coming in. To survive, you have to keep walking forward, physically pushing your bubble into new air just to take your next breath. By day 2115, you are living 1 billion times faster than the universe. 1 second outside lasts you over 31 years. At this speed, something fundamental breaks. The speed of light relative to the outside world from your frame has crawled to about 30 centimeters per second. And here's the thing about that. Your thoughts are electrical signals. Neurons fire, signals travel across your brain, and regions talk to each other. If light itself can barely cross the room, those signals can't cross your skull fast enough to connect your thoughts. Your brain, the entire thing, becomes a disconnected collection of regions that can no longer communicate. Your consciousness, as a coherent thing, stops existing. Physicists call this a bad outcome. If you somehow survive by shrinking your brain to nanometer scale or uploading yourself to a computer, perfectly reasonable solutions, you get a front row seat to the end of everything. A century outside flashes by in 3 of your seconds. You watch tectonic plates shuffle around like a very slow, very destructive card game. The Himalayas rise in what feels like an afternoon. 31 of your years pass, and 1 billion years go by outside. The sun brightens and boils the oceans away. Earth becomes a molten rock. At year 158 for you, the sun exhausts its fuel, swells into a red giant, and dies. The universe continues without comment. So what's the fix? Yes, exactly, gravity. General relativity says time moves slower in stronger gravitational fields. If you can find a source of gravity intense enough, it'll drag your accelerated clock back down to normal. A small black hole won't work. Its gravity gradient is steep enough to pull harder on your feet than your head, stretching you into a very long, very thin version of yourself. Physicists call this spaghettification. You need a supermassive black hole, something like TON 618, one of the largest known black holes in the observable universe, with a mass 66 billion times that of the sun. At At that scale, the gravity gradient is gentle. You can approach safely. You can't hover at the edge that requires infinite rocket fuel, which most budgets don't cover. You simply let go and fall in. As you fall, the gravity slows your time, perfectly counteracting the 1% daily acceleration that started all of this. And then you cross the threshold into the quiet and permanent dark.